Hi everybody, thanks for joining me today for Core Yoga. My name is Erica and I'm with UMBC Recreation. If you're new to this class or you've never taken a yoga class before, it's structured much like any other exercise class. We start with the slow warm-up, slow movement, deep breathing. We move into the bulk of our practice where we're moving around a lot more on the mat, we're targeting the core, and then we end with the cool down. We slow down our movements, we slow down our breath, and we end on our back with the final rest period where we remain still for about 2 to 3 minutes. And we take that time to get in to our bodies and sort of get out of our heads. Because yoga is not just about a physical practice, it is about our spiritual and our mental as well. With that being said, I want to remind everyone to always listen to your body, practice for your body and your body alone, take breaks if you need to, and always check with the doctor before you start a new exercise regimen. Today we're going to get started in a comfortable seated position facing the front of the mat. So I'm going to take a loose cross leg shape, but if that's not comfortable for you, you can take a loose diamond with the legs extended a little more further out from the body. Find something where you can keep the spine nice and long. Comfortable position you can remain for the next 2 minutes or so. Gaze gently down towards your mat and start to deepen the breath. Breathing in through nose and out through mouth. Keeping your gaze focused on one spot. Attention on the breath. In through nose, out through mouth. Relax the shoulders down the back and resume your normal breath. Let your head fall over to right shoulder, stretching the neck here. Chin rolls down to the center of the chest. Head lifts through center. Opposite side, head over to the left. Chin rolls down to chest. Head lifts through center. One more time, head over to the right. Chin to chest. Head through center. Over to the left. Chin rolls down to chest. And look forward. Tilt your chin up towards the ceiling. And lower chin back down to chest. 2 more times, chin tilts up, chin tucks in. Last time, head lifts, head lowers, and head lifts through center. Extend your left arm up to the ceiling, reaching through the tips of the fingers, getting a nice stretch on the left side of the body. Lower the right shoulder down towards the floor. Belly draws into the body, chin lifts from the chest. Bend the left elbow, bringing hand down to the back. Keep lifting the elbow high up towards the ceiling. If that's creating a little too much sensation that feels comfortable in your body, you can extend the arm back towards the ceiling. And everyone lower your hand down by your side. Right arm up, reaching through the tips of the fingers, holding here. Left shoulder relaxed. Breathing into chest. Bend the elbow, hand to the back. Arm can stay straight, practice for your body. And everyone bring your hand down to the floor. Left hand crosses over to right knee. Spinal twist so you can look towards the back of the mat. Free hand placed directly behind you, gazing out over right shoulder. Spine stays long. Breath is nice and deep. Slowly untwist to face forward. Right hand to left knee, spinal twisting to the left. Slowly unwind and return to center. Extend your legs straight out in front of you, flexing the feet. Place your hands behind you on the tips of your fingers to help lengthen the spine, sending the chest forward. Feet are flexed. If you're already feeling a lot of sensation here, gently bend the knees. Walking the fingertips closer to the body will send the chest forward into a variation of a fold. So we don't want to fold all the way over. Leading with the chest towards the knees. Thighs are nice and active, low belly is active. Gaze is down towards the legs. Lengthening the spine, getting a nice stretch on the back side of the legs. And we'll release, bringing the spine upright. Bending the knees, planting them to the floor. If you're not seated right in the center of your mat, make your way there. Place your hands on the back of your thighs and roll down until you're flat on your back. Draw both knees in towards your chest. Give them a squeeze, pulling them close towards the body, holding on below the knees. If you feel any discomfort in your knees in this position, hold on to the back of your thighs instead. Keep the knees drawn in towards the chest, but release your arms down at your sides, palms face down. Extend your right leg down the length of the mat. Heel hovers just a few inches from the floor. Low back is pressed into the floor. Draw a knee in. Left leg extends, heel hovers. Low belly presses to floor. And knee in. Hold here with knees to chest. Focus on your breath. It's important to keep the low back flat in this pose. Right leg extends. Draw it in. Left leg extends. And draw in. Hold here, focus on the breath. We'll take that one more time as we're starting to warm up our core. Deep breaths. Extend right leg, heel hovers. Knee in, left leg extends. Knee in and hold here. Holding on to the legs again to pull them close to the body. Holding on below the knees or on the back of the thighs. Now everyone hold on to the back of the thighs. Start to rock forwards and backwards, gaining some momentum until you can rock yourself back into a seated position and come into tabletop on the hands and the knees, wrist under shoulders, and knees stacked underneath the hips. Lift up to the tips of the fingers. Extend your right leg behind you, pointing through the toes, keeping heel in line with hip, drawing the belly in to flatten the back. Draw the right knee in towards your chest for a crunch, rounding the spine, lifting the knee nice and high. Then extend the leg behind you, tabletop crunch. Draw the knee back in towards the chest, round the spine, pull the belly in, lift the knee high, this time stepping the foot into lunge, ankle below knee. If you can't do that hands free, manually place your foot there. Slowly draw the breath in through the nose as you lift both arms overhead. We hold and exhale here. Widening length through the sides of the body, out through the crown of the head. Shoulders relax down the back. Take a few deep breaths into the chest here. Try exhaling slowly out through the mouth. On your next exhale, fingertips come to the floor. Extend your right leg behind you, pointing through the toes, and return to tabletop. Left leg extends, heel in line with hip. Draw the belly in. Give me a tabletop crunch, knee to chest, around the spine. Lift the knee high and extend. Last time, knee into chest, around the spine, pull that knee up high, step or place the foot into alignment. Draw the breath in through the nose as both arms lift overhead. Pause and exhale here. Find just as much length on this side as you did the opposite. Deep breaths into the chest. Next, exhale, fingertips return to the floor. Extend your left leg behind you, point through the toes. Return to tabletop. Place your hands flat to the mat. With the right hand only, we're going to flip the hand so the top of the hand is now to the mat. Palm face up to the ceiling, working with the wrist a little bit. Then flip the hand, palm face down. Same thing with the left, top of the hand to floor. And then palm to mat. Step your feet back into a plank position. Take a look back, make sure shoulders are in line with your hips, are in line with your heels, your belly's drawing in, core is active, thighs are active. Then return the knees to the mat. Right hand, top of the hand comes back to the mat, working with those wrists again. Palm comes flat. Left hands turn. Palm flat to mat. Step back into plank one more time, holding here. Broadening across the shoulders, pressing into the pads of the fingers, into the top of the palm, into the base of the palm, lifting away from the mat, returning knees to mat. One more time, top of the right hand to mat, and then sort of just wring the hands out. Same thing with the left, top of hand to mat, wring the hands out. If you're feeling discomfort in your wrists from the planks, try taking planks on your fist, thumbs facing one another instead. Lower down to puppy mat or puppy pose, elbows to the floor, underneath the shoulders, palms face down and head relaxes. Take a few breaths here as we lengthen the spine. Get some fresh oxygenated blood to our heads. This here is option 1 for your rest pose during today's class. Option 2 is to find child's pose, sending hips all the way down to the heels, resting forehead onto the mat. If you're uncomfortable in child's pose for any reason, return to puppy pose. Everyone take a few deep breaths here as we finish our warm-up. Last few moments of stillness in the body before we come to our cool down later in the practice. You're more than welcome to visit either of these rest positions anytime during the class, even if I don't cue to do so. Everyone rise back to tabletop, hands and knees to mat. Lift up to the tips of the fingers. Extend your left leg behind you, preparing for tabletop crunch. Knee to chest, around the spine, lift the belly in, step the foot into lunge. Right toes tuck onto the mat. Lift the right knee into the air, lifting up to pointer and middle finger, sending chest forward. Step up to half lift, right foot steps up to meet the left, flatten the back, parallel to floor, hands to shins. Lower to fold, bending the knees so belly can make contact with the thighs, letting arms and head hang heavy to the floor. One vertebrae at a time, we'll round our spines until we're in a standing position. Take your time. Let your chin come up from your chest last. Stand nice and tall at your mat. Give me a deep breath in through the nose, lifting arms out at your sides, up overhead. Exhale out through your mouth, bringing hands together, down through heart center, and down at your sides. So before we start to move into our flow, I'm going to demo our plank sequence for the week. Every week we have a new sequence. I'm going to demo first, and then we'll tie it into the practice together. So watch me this first time through. So we're going to start in a plank position. Remember that you can take plank on your fist if that's more comfortable for you. Today we're going to start with side steps. So one foot steps off the mat and steps back on. Opposite foot steps off and steps on. So side step and side step. Now this time we're gonna tie our hands into it. So we'll sidestep, the opposite hand reaches for the corner of the mat, and we step back. We sidestep, add the hands, opposite hand reaches out for the corner of the mat and comes back. So in real time, sidestep, sidestep, add the hands, 2 times. Sidestep, sidestep, add the hands, After that, we're gonna hold a plank here nice and steady for 5 breaths. We'll lower down to the mat, lowering the knees, bending the elbows, keeping them close to the body until we're all the way flat, and we'll take it from there. So we're all gonna start at the top of our mat, feet hips width distance apart, standing nice and tall with purpose. Chest sends forward, shoulders relax down the back. Give me a few deep breaths here. Next inhale lifts the arms overhead, gaze up to ceiling. Lower to fold, dropping belly down to the thighs, slightly bending the knees. Rise to half lift, flattening the back, hands to shins. Step back into a plank position, bend the knees, step the feet back into plank. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Sidestep, sidestep, add the hands, Sidestep, sidestep, add the hands, hold for 5, 4, don't hold the breath, 2, and 1. Knees to mat, chest to mat, all the way flat, hands under shoulders, elbows up to ceiling. We'll lift the chest to baby cobra, not pressing into the hands here, using the strength of our body to hold the chest in the air, then pressing to your choice of rest position, either puppy pose or child's. Take a breath or 2 here. Enjoy the bit of stillness. If adding the hands was a little too much, just skip adding the hands and keep on with those side steps next time through. Slowly rise back to a tabletop position and lift up to the tips of the fingers. Extend your right leg behind you. Give me a tabletop crunch. Knee to chest, round the spine, step the foot into lunge. Left toes tuck onto the mat. Left knee lifts into the air, lifting up to pointer and middle finger. Step up to half lift, flattening your back. Lower to fold, belly to thighs. 1 vertebrae at a time. Find your way back to standing. 2 more times through, lifting the arms overhead, gazing up to ceiling. Lowering to fold, dropping belly to thighs. Rise, half lift, flatten the back. Step into your plank position. We'll start our sequence in 3, 2, 1. Sidestep, sidestep, add the hands, Keep it going, keep that pace. Adding the hands, holding plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. All the way down to belly. Lift the chest, baby cobra, and press to your rest position, puppy or child's. Deepening the breath here, a little shorter of a rest this time. Slowly rise back to tabletop, lift up to the tips of the fingers. Extend your left leg behind you. Give me a tabletop crunch, knee to chest, round the spine, step the foot into lunge. Slowly step up to half lift, flattening the back, hands to shins. Lower to fold, belly comes down to thighs. Slowly rise up to standing, taking your time. Last time through, deep breath in, arms lift overhead. Slow exhale out as we lower to fold. Inhale as you rise, half lift. Step back into your plank position. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Side, side, hands, hands. Side, side, hands, hands. Hold for 5. If you want to amp up this hold, keep with those side steps. And lower it all the way down to the mat. Inhale as you lift the chest to baby cobra, and exhale to your rest position. Take one full round of breath here, and meet me back in tabletop. Let's keep that heart rate up. Lift up to the tips of the fingers. Extend your right leg behind you, point through the toes. Give me a crunch, need a chest round the spine, step the foot into lunge. Inhale as you step up to half lift, flattening the back. Exhale as you lower down to fold. Draw your inhale out as you rise to standing, and exhale at the top. Deep breath in, arms overhead. Exhale to fold, belly to thighs. Take a few breaths here, letting the head hang heavy. Keeping the hips reaching high towards the ceiling, low belly drawing in. Rise back to half lift, flattening your back. Bend your left knee. Bring your right arm up to the ceiling into a twist, drawing low belly in. Return to half lift. Gazing down to floor. Right knee bends, left arm up, opening the twist, gaze up to ceiling, low belly draws in. Return to half lift. Step back into plank and lower the knees to tabletop. Lift up to the tips of the fingers, extend your left leg behind you. Exhale to tabletop crunch, knee to chest around the spine, knee high. Inhale to extend, twice more. Exhale to crunch, knee to chest. Inhale to extend, once more. Exhale, knee draws in, we're holding here, don't hold the breath, see if you can lift that knee a little higher and step the foot into lunge. Right toes tuck onto mat, lifting the knee, lifting up to pointer and middle finger. Bringing hands to thighs to lift the chest up to ceiling, extend the arms overhead on Jnanasana. On the ball of the right foot, left knee is stacked over the ankle. Open to warrior two, we turn to face the right side of the mat. Right heel rotates and makes contact with the floor. Arms are at shoulder height. Left knee is still over the ankle. Hips and shoulders are facing the long edge of the mat. Lower to side angle, left elbow comes down to the thigh, right arm frames the ears. We reach towards the front of the mat. Return to warrior two, arms at shoulder height and straighten the leg. Again, bend the knee to warrior two. Lower to side angle, elbow down, reach overhead, nice and long, belly draws in. Return to warrior two. Windmill the arms down into lunge, hands frame the foot, right heel lifts back off the mat. Step back into plank and we'll take our sequence in 3, 2, 1. Side step, add the hands, add the hands. Keep it going, keep this pace. Add those hands. Hold for 5, keeping with the side steps if you'd like to amp it up. And lower all the way down to belly. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale to your rest position. Take a moment of stillness here. Deepen your breath. Take note of how you feel in your body. How steady or how shallow your breath is. How fast or how slow your heartbeat. Slowly rise back to tabletop and lift up to the tips of the fingers. Extend your left leg behind you. Give me one tabletop crunch, knee to chest, and step the foot into lunge. Inhale as you find your half lift, flattening the back, hands to shins. Exhale to fold, belly meets the thighs. Inhale as you slowly rise to standing. And exhale at the top. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, half lift and pause here. Don't hold the breath. Left knee bends, right arm up as we open the twist. Return to half lift, back flat. Right knee bends, left arm up, belly in. Return to half lift, back flat. Step into your plank position. Lower the knees to tabletop. Lift up to the tips of the fingers and extend your right leg behind you, pointing through the toes, preparing for tabletop crunch. Exhale, knee to chest, round the spine, lift it high. Inhale to extend. Exhale, knee to chest. Keep that knee lifted high, belly drawing in. Inhale to extend. Last time, exhale, knee to chest. Hold it here, don't hold the breath. And step the foot into lunge. Left toes onto mat, left knee lifts, lift up to pointer and middle finger. Hands to thighs and arms overhead into Anjaneyasana. Breathe into the chest. Open to warrior two, facing the left side, left heel down, arms at shoulder height. Lower to side angle, right elbow down to thigh, left arm frames the ear. Inhale, returning to warrior two and straightening the leg. Exhale to side angle, knee bends, elbow down, arm frames the ear. Inhale, warrior two. Windmill the hands down into lunge, left heel lifts off the mat and step back into plank, preparing for our sequence in 3, 2, 1. Side step, add the hands. Keep it going. Add the hands. Hold for 5. And find the belly all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest, baby cobra, and exhale to child's or puppy pose. Bringing the attention back to your body, back to the beat of your heart. Slowly rise to tabletop, lifting up to the tips of the fingers. Extending right leg behind you. Give me 1 tabletop crunch into lunge. Then step up to half lift, breathing in nice and deep. Lowering to fold, exhaling, nice and full. Rising to standing as you inhale, and exhaling once you make it to the top. Give me 1 deep breath, bringing arms out at your sides, up overhead. Bring hands together and down to heart center. Lower your chin down towards your chest. Bring 1 hand to your chest, 1 hand to your belly. Keep your gaze focused on 1 spot, down at your mat. If you're comfortable, close the eyes instead. Take a second. Feel the sensations throughout your entire body. Starting at your head, down to your shoulders and your chest, down through your belly, your hips, your thighs, all the way down to your feet. Keeping awareness throughout the entire body. Slowly lift your chest or your chin from your chest. Open the eyes if they were closed and lower arms down by your sides. Give me a deep breath in through your nose, lifting arms overhead. Exhale out through your mouth into forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale to half lift, flatten your back. Exhale as you step back into plank and breathe here. We're going to hold this plank for 15 seconds. If you're tired, you can try dropping the knees and jumping back in, or you can just keep the knees to the mat. I've already started counting. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make your way all the way down to your belly. Bring your arms down along the sides of your body, palms face up. Head turns to one side so you can rest on your cheek.
Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale out through your mouth, relax completely onto the floor. Close the eyes if you're comfortable doing so. And give your body this little bit of rest. Wiggle your shoulders away from your ears. And gently turn your head to the opposite side. Bring your chin to the mat, place your hands back underneath your shoulders, and press yourself into your rest position one last time. If you're in child's pose, take a rounded variation by bringing the arms along the sides of the body, palms face up, forehead to mat, shoulders roll down to mat. Just focus on your breath. Slowly make your way up to a seated position with your legs extended down the length of your mat. Place your hands on your knees, thumbs facing one another, fingers on the outside. Tuck your chin to your chest, feet flexed. Start to round the spine, rounding in towards your body, relaxing shoulders away from the ears. Take a few deep breaths here as we relax the muscles around the spine, the base of the skull, all the way down to the tailbone. Give a few deep breaths here. Slowly start to straighten the spine into staff pose, placing hands on either sides of your hips, stretching out through the crown of your head, then relaxing your spine into a neutral position. If you're not already seated in the center of your mat, make your way there now. Bend your knees, planting your feet to the floor. Place your hands on the back side of your thighs and roll down until you're flat on your back. Drawing both knees into your chest, giving them a squeeze, holding below the knees or on the back side of the thighs, and take a few breaths here. Place your arms down along the sides of your body, palms face down. Extend your right leg down the length of your mat, hovering heel to mat, low belly flat to the floor. Then lift right leg up towards the ceiling, draw knee in towards chest. Last bit of core work here. Extend the left leg out to the mat, hovering the heel. Lifting it up towards the ceiling, drawing knee into chest. Right leg extends. Right leg lifts. Don't hold the breath. Knee to chest. Left leg extends. Low belly is flat to the floor. Left leg lifts. Knee to chest. Last time. Right leg. Lifted high. Knee to chest. Left leg. Lifted high. Knee to chest. Wrap your arms around your legs, below the knees, on the back of the thighs, pull them close to the body. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling, pressing out through the heels, holding on to the back of the thighs. Legs don't have to straighten completely. There can be a slight bend in the knee. Hold for a few breaths here. Draw knees back to chest. Place your arms along the floor out at shoulder height, palms face up to the ceiling. Let the knees fall to the right into reclined spinal twist. Head turns to the left. If you need ease in this sensation, lower the knees away from the face. Close the eyes, allowing the body to settle into stillness as we prepare for our final resting pose. Draw the knees back to center. Let them fall over to the left, and head turns to right. Draw the knees back to center, and we'll hold on to them, pulling them close to our body one last time. Take a deep breath or two here. Eyes remain closed. Lift your head to meet your knees. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, holding at the top, squeezing the body nice and tight. Fingers, legs, toes, arms, holding here. As we exhale out the mouth, we'll release the body to lie flat on the mat, spreading the legs and arms nice and wide, taking up as much space as possible. Eyes are closed. Let the toes fall out. Palms face up towards the sky. Take one more deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale out through the mouth, let go completely onto your mat. Releasing the muscles around the brow. And following the natural pattern of your breath. Following the rise and fall of your chest into relaxation. Allow the pattern of your breath to still the mind. Following every inhale and every exhale. If the focus has wandered, bring the attention back to the breath.
Now start to deepen your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Welcome movement back to your body. And slowly roll over to the right side of your body, keeping your eyes closed, taking a moment of stillness on your side. You can maybe use your arm as a pillow to support your head. Keeping the eyes closed or your gaze low to the floor, slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. As always, we'll finish class with 3 cleansing breaths together as one. That's breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Today we're going to add some movement to our breath. So as we exhale, we'll round our spine, tucking chin to chest. As we inhale, we'll lift and arch the spine, tilting head up towards the ceiling. Let's all start on an exhale, rounding the spine, dropping chin to chest. Draw the breath in through the nose as you slowly start to lift and arch the spine, tilting head up to ceiling. Exhale out through the mouth, lowering chin to chest, rounding the spine. Number 2, inhaling, lifting, arching, tilting the head up to the ceiling. Exhale out through mouth, rounding the spine, tucking chin to chest. Last time, making this your deepest breath yet as you draw the breath in through the nose, lifting and arching, head tilts up. Exhale slowly out through the mouth, releasing all the breath from the body as the spine rounds. Lift your spine to a comfortable position. Quickly give thanks to your body for this practice, for your patience, for your mind as well. And I'd like to thank you for letting me lead you on this practice. There is a light that exists within me that honors the light that exists within every one of you. Thanks for practicing with me today. I hope you guys enjoyed it and felt a good workout. I feel a little tired, so I think it was a success. I hope you